Level 0. Cities used to grow by accident. Now they grow by design. A true smart city doesn't just stack buildings or build shiny towers. It thinks, it feels, it learns. This isn't about filling skylines with LEDs or adding Wi-Fi to lampposts. A smart city is a living network where technology quietly disappears into the rhythm of daily life. Streetlights that adjust to footsteps, buses that know where traffic is before they even move, waste bins that call the truck when they're full. Every signal, sensor, and sidewalk connected. But here's the secret most people miss. A smart city isn't about gadgets. It's about people. People hate waiting. They hate confusion. They love convenience. And the smartest cities in the world understand that deeply. Every city here answers one question in its own way. What happens when a city learns to think like its people? Level 1. If you want to see the future that already exists, go to Seoul. Here, the city moves like an orchestra, every part in perfect sync. You can tap one card, called T-Money, and travel across trains, buses, taxis, even convenience stores. It's not one system, it's dozens of private and public systems working together in real time. Seoul is home to over 10 million residents in the city proper, and more than 25 million in the greater area. Yet the chaos you expect from a megacity, it's missing. That's not luck. That's design. Every bus is tracked, every route is optimized, sensors under the roads monitor air quality and traffic flow, waste bins signal collection teams when they fill up. Digital kiosks translate real-time information for tourists and locals alike. But Seoul's brilliance goes deeper than its technology. It's cultural. In Seoul, order is not control, it's comfort. Trains arrive on time not because people fear punishment, but because punctuality is respect. It's how you honor the time of others. That's the psychology of efficiency. And Seoul has turned it into a lifestyle. Its Seoul Smart City platform connects everything, from crime prevention to disaster response, through data shared between government, business, and citizens. AI cameras track crowd density. Smart grids adjust energy use by district. Even at night, when the neon signs flicker and the city hums quietly, the network keeps learning. Seoul proves that when technology and trust coexist, a city becomes not just livable, but lovable. Level 2. If Seoul is about precision, Singapore is about prediction. Few cities plan as far ahead as this island nation. Since its independence in 1965, Singapore has treated urban design like chess, every move thought out 10 steps in advance. The Smart Nation Initiative maps everything: traffic, energy, housing, even rainfall. It's a living digital twin, a virtual version of the real city used for planning the future. Traffic lights here change based on pedestrian flow. Sensors monitor water quality in canals. Public housing blocks, known as HDBs, are mixed by income and age to promote social balance. That's design solving not just infrastructure problems, but human ones. Around 80% of Singaporeans live in HDB apartments. But they're not the grey concrete towers you imagine. They're filled with greenery, playgrounds, schools, and shops. Each one a self-contained community, designed for connection, not isolation. Singapore's obsession with planning also extends to sustainability. The Marina Bay Barrage turned a saltwater bay into a freshwater reservoir, preventing floods while creating a public park. And the rule of green replacement means any developer who removes greenery must add it back, either on roofs, walls, or terraces. That's why the city feels like it's breathing. Vertical gardens spill down skyscrapers. Glass towers hide forests inside. Nature isn't decoration here. It's infrastructure. It's the one that's already ready for it. Level 3. Tokyo is not a city. It's a choreography. Every movement, every moment, perfectly timed. 37 million people share this urban symphony, the world's largest metropolitan area. Yet somehow, it feels calm. Tokyo's transit system is the heartbeat. 14 billion trips per year, trains arriving within seconds of schedule. When a train is delayed by just 1 minute, conductors hand out apology slips, because that's how seriously time is respected. Beneath the ground, tunnels web the city like arteries. Above, buildings rise with quiet order, built for resilience against earthquakes. But the real design miracle is psychological. Tokyo was built to make density feel peaceful. Every space, from vending machines to alley cafes, serves a purpose. The human mind finds calm in order, and Tokyo gives you that order everywhere. Even Shinjuku Station, the busiest on Earth, serving over 3.5 million passengers daily, is not chaos. It's a living system. Shops, restaurants, offices, and transit are woven together so tightly that you can spend an entire day there without stepping outside. Tokyo understands that people want closeness, not clutter. They like to move, but efficiently. They want to explore, but with direction. That's the secret of its design. It guides without controlling. Every sign, light, and sound has meaning. Every street, even the narrowest one, feels alive. Tokyo doesn't just run on power, it runs on respect. And respect, in urban design, is the smartest system of all. Level 4. If most smart cities focus on data, Copenhagen focuses on joy. Its secret weapon, simplicity. Every design decision in Copenhagen starts with a single question: will this improve people's lives? That philosophy shapes everything. More than 62% of residents commute by bike, not because it's trendy, but because it's faster and easier. Bike lanes are wide, heated in winter, and prioritized at traffic lights. Smart sensors control street lighting, dimming automatically when roads are empty. Public buildings monitor energy use in real time, reducing waste by up to 20%. And the harbor, once industrial, is now so clean you can swim in it. That's not just urban planning, that's trust in action. Copenhagen uses data to remove barriers, not to track people. To create freedom, not friction. To give you time, not take it. City planners here talk about livability, a word that sounds soft, but hides deep psychology. People feel happiest when they can move safely, see greenery, and feel a sense of control. That's why parks, plazas, and open-air spaces dominate the city center. They encourage eye contact, community, and confidence. Copenhagen's design is emotional engineering. It doesn't impress you with size, it wins you with comfort. And that, perhaps, is the ultimate kind of intelligence. Level 5. In the middle of the desert, a futuristic mirage is becoming real. Dubai, once a small fishing village, now leads the race to digitize everything. But behind the glitter, there's strategy. Over 90% of government services here are online. The city is aiming for zero paper use, an entire bureaucracy run on blockchain. AI manages traffic lights, reducing congestion by predicting patterns. Solar panels stretch across rooftops and highways, feeding smart grids that balance power consumption in real time. Dubai wants to be the world's first AI-driven metropolis. It's testing flying taxis, driverless police cars, and robot-assisted airports. It's a place where ambition itself feels like infrastructure. But what makes Dubai fascinating isn't just its innovation, it's its adaptability. This city learns fast. Every major project becomes a prototype for the next one. The Dubai Future Foundation even runs sandbox projects, experimental zones where new urban technologies are tested before rolling out citywide. But underneath all the shimmer lies a truth. Dubai's greatest achievement isn't its skyline, it's its system. A city built to move faster than bureaucracy, where you can renew your ID in minutes, register a business in an hour, and cross the city in less time than it takes to make coffee. Level 6. Barcelona is the city that decided to listen, and what it heard changed everything. In the early 2000s, the Spanish economy was struggling, and the city needed a reboot, not just economically, but emotionally. So Barcelona did something radical. It turned itself into a sensor. Over 20,000 smart sensors were installed across the city, measuring traffic, pollution, temperature, and noise in real time. Streetlights adjust their brightness based on movement. Irrigation systems water only when the soil is dry. Trash bins send alerts when full, and trucks plan the most efficient collection routes. The result? A 30% reduction in energy consumption and cleaner air across the urban core. But the genius of Barcelona's transformation isn't just data, it's design. Enter the superblocks, or superills. Clusters of 9 city blocks where cars are mostly banned and streets are returned to people. Playgrounds, markets, and cafes replace exhaust fumes and honking horns. What used to be traffic space became living space. And that's the psychology behind it. People crave rhythm, not rush. They want energy, not exhaustion. They like to see other people, to feel movement and noise but under their control. Barcelona gets that balance right. It's dense but breathable, busy but not suffocating, the kind of place where you can walk, talk, and simply be. Level 7. Toronto's waterfront once promised the future. It was called Quayside, and it was meant to be the world's first truly data-driven neighborhood, designed by Sidewalk Labs, a company backed by Google. Everything was planned to think for itself. Buildings built from cross-laminated timber, tall, light, and sustainable. Heated streets to melt snow in winter. Sensors in every corner, monitoring energy use, traffic, even trash. It sounded like a dream, a city that would literally run itself. But then came the question, who runs the data? Citizens pushed back. People worried about privacy, control, and surveillance. Could a company that profits from information really be trusted with the life patterns of an entire city? By 2020, the project was cancelled. But the lesson stayed. Toronto's Quayside proved that the smartest cities aren't just about what's possible, they're about what's ethical. Technology without trust fails, no matter how efficient. And trust comes from transparency, not sensors. Now, Toronto is redesigning the same area again. Smaller, slower, but wiser. Still sustainable, still digital, but this time with consent. Sometimes the smartest move a city can make is to pause, because cities are not laboratories, they're homes. Level 8. In the vast emptiness outside Abu Dhabi, a bold dream rises from the sand. Masdar City, the world's first planned carbon-neutral city. Launched in 2006, Masdar was meant to show how a modern city could exist without leaving a trace. The streets here are narrow and shaded, not just for charm, but for climate control. Tall wind towers pull cool air from above and circulate it through alleys. Buildings sit close together, minimizing sun exposure. Solar panels line the rooftops, providing nearly all the power. Cars, you won't find many. Instead, small driverless pods glide silently along magnetic tracks below ground. The air feels still, almost meditative. But Masdar's journey hasn't been easy. Its goal of housing 50,000 people remains distant. Today, it's home to only a fraction of that. Yet, even unfinished, Masdar achieved something profound. Proof that sustainable design can work, even in the harshest environment on Earth. Every idea tested here, from renewable energy grids to smart cooling systems, has influenced urban experiments worldwide. It's a lab in the desert, building the vocabulary of the future. Masdar reminds us that perfection isn't the goal, progress is. Because someone somewhere has to start the first draft of tomorrow. Level 9. After all the data, the sensors, the screens, and the skyscrapers, one question remains. What makes a city truly smart? It's not technology, it's understanding. Smart cities don't just automate, they empathize. They see patterns not as code, but as behavior. Why do people prefer narrow, lively streets over wide, empty boulevards? Because our brains are wired to seek stimulation with safety. We like proximity, seeing shops, faces, motion. That's why we love malls, plazas, and bustling markets. It feels alive. It feels human. It's not about adding more apps. It's about removing obstacles. People don't want to walk 2 kilometers for groceries. They want corner stores within reach. They don't want digital noise. They want digital calm. They want the world to feel organized, responsive, and kind. The truth is, cities are emotional systems disguised as physical ones. We build them, but they also build us. Our habits, our stress, our peace, they're all reflections of how well a city understands its people.